Graduates, family, and friends, we welcome you to our CTU graduation ceremony. Although we cannot gather together in person, we are grateful you are here, and we appreciate the opportunity to share this time together virtually today. On behalf of your instructors, program chairs, and directors at Colorado Technical University, we salute your efforts and we welcome you to the celebration. We are CTU proud. We welcome the President of Colorado Technical University, Andrew H. Hurst.
Welcome to CTU's annual commencement ceremony. No matter how we gather, celebrating the success of our graduates is by far one of the best parts of my job as CTU President. Today is a day for commending your efforts and celebrating your perseverance and triumphs. We are here together virtually, but stand united as a community to recognize your accomplishments. On behalf of our CTU Board of Trustees, University Administration, staff, and esteemed faculty, congratulations to the class of 2021, as well as the class of 2020. Welcome to your family, friends, and guests, CTU alumni, and our honored guest speaker, Brian Bullock. I'd like to take a moment to reflect on your accomplishments and the environment in which you have reached your goals. Needless to say, the last year has not looked exactly as you'd pictured it when you started your educational journey. That only makes your success sweeter. When faced with adversity, you dug deep, you persevered, and you did not let any of life's unexpected challenges come between you and your dream. You are a force to be reckoned with, and I stand in awe of your strength and endurance. Today marks a significant transition in your life. Some of you may be joining the workforce for the first time in years. Some may be taking on a new role or embarking on a new career altogether. Others may be continuing on with more education. For some of you, the next step of your journey may not yet be defined, but it is full of unlimited possibilities. This year's graduating class ranges in age from 17 to 76 years young. You come from all 50 states and several countries. But as you will hear from our keynote speaker, Brian Bullock, later in this ceremony, the one thing you all have in common is the ability to start living your personal legacy today. I know you have accumulated a lot of information and gained many new skills in pursuit of your degree. And hopefully you look at the world and even yourself differently than you did when you first joined us. My fondest wish is that in the time we have had together, you have come to love learning as much as I do. I sincerely hope you continue the pursuit of knowledge and excellence for the rest of your life. Although you may be moving on from our program, you are not leaving Colorado Technical University. Your CTU education will always be a part of you, and you will always be a part of our CTU family. We hope you will choose to remain an active member of our alumni community for years to come. For those of us who work in higher education, graduations hold an extra special place in our hearts. As significant as this day is, what happens next is even more important. What always makes this moment feel so electric, so brimming with opportunity, is the promise of what lies ahead for each and every one of you. Congratulations, graduates. We cannot wait to watch you create your own legacy.
We are pleased to introduce Maria Raciel de Antena Velasco, who is graduating with a Master of Business Administration. Maria Raciel will share her personal journey and lessons learned. Please tell us about your personal journey in the live chat.
Welcome, fellow graduates and guests. I am truly honored to have the privilege to speak to you today. Delivering this speech was a dream of mine, 36 years in the making. You see, in high school, I was disappointed when I was not given the opportunity to share my valedictory address. They say, good things come to those who wait, but I would argue, good things come to those who persevere. As I look back on my journey, I am reminded of my mother. She was my inspiration. She taught in 3 different schools and took care of our family. Yet, she managed to complete her MBA. I learned from my mom that pursuing your education has no timetable or expiration date. You can pursue your education at any age. It is never too late. My mom taught me to not only dream, but to make my dreams reality. She knew work would never end, responsibilities would never melt away, and that it would be easy to lose focus. She insisted you can never be too busy, too young, or too old to pursue your aspirations. She taught to never give up on my goals, otherwise all my life I would be wondering what could have been. I am glad I took her advice, and I am grateful none of us gave up on our dreams, otherwise we would not be here today. I have always appreciated the value of higher education and dreamed of getting a master's degree. But life led to changes in my original timeline, likely in yours too. I set aside my dream for many years to tend to my family. It's a choice I cherish, as I did not want to miss any important milestones of my daughter's life. When she grew up, an opportunity to go back to school arrived, and I accepted it right away. I knew my dream did not have an expiration date, and the time had come to seize the day. I am sure there was a point in your personal journey when you realized the timing was right to pursue your dreams. Embarking on this journey was frightening as we were unsure of what to expect, but we conquered that fear and took that first step. Like me, you probably jumped in with both feet ready to attack any challenges head on. Yet, like me, you probably encountered many bumps in the road and wondered how you would make it through. The hardest part of this journey was balancing my time between 2 jobs, school, and my family. I won't lie, the process was strenuous and at times overwhelming. I know you can relate. Yet, somehow, we all drew upon our unwavering spirit and our unending commitment to persevere. I never wanted to submit a project that was less than perfect. I wanted to finish my degree and be proud that I finished strong. I wanted to inspire my daughter always to give her best so she could look back with no regrets. The journey was not easy. We all struggled to succeed, went through countless hurdles, held on to faith, and never gave up on ourselves, shedding sweat and tears to make it to graduation. We all have waited for this day, worked for this day, and persevered against what often felt like insurmountable odds to get here. I truly could not be any prouder of this milestone we all have achieved. I recently asked my daughter what she learned from me. She recalled watching me work such incredibly long hours that my eyes became too blurry to make out what was on my computer screen. And since I was unwilling to quit, she had to read to me. She remembers me being so focused on my homework that I isolated myself and did not sleep. When she returned home from pursuing her own educational goals during the pandemic, she noticed mentally I was elsewhere. What she took away from the experience was not a lack of commitment to her, but she affirmed she has never been so proud of me or inspired by me. My commitment to succeed ultimately bolstered her own. In reflecting on your own personal story, I know there's a good chance you have inspired someone along the way as well. To our families, your infallible support has made a remarkable impact on the graduates who are here today. I want to thank my daughter, Denriel, for being my biggest fan and the greatest critic of my work. She's the person who drove me to work harder. Thanks also to my husband, Dennis, for his full support and for encouraging me throughout this journey, and to Aldi, who pushed me to take the first step. Finally, Thanks to Irene, my fellow graduate, whose listening ears eased my tension, and Kaiser Permanente, who invested in my growth. I know we all have special people without whom the achievement would not be possible. And on behalf of all the graduates, please know we appreciate you and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. William Blake once said, "What is now proved was once only imagined." Classmates, we have proven we have the fortitude, the grit, and determination to turn our dreams to reality. Not just this dream of completing our education, but with the skill set we have developed and the perseverance we have shown, we know anything is possible. Now comes the fun part. What will we imagine next? My fellow graduates, we did it. We all made it to the finish line. A new chapter of our lives has just begun. Always remember, success has no expiration date, and you will never really fail until the day you give up. Congratulations to all of us, and thank you.
We are thrilled to welcome author and motivational speaker Brian Bullock. Brian's book, Living for Legacy, is transforming lives by teaching audiences, now is your time. As you listen to Brian's empowering message, please use the live chat to tell us how you plan to live your own legacy.
Congratulations, graduates. It is my sincere pleasure to share a small part in your journey today. Let me share a story with you. I was raised by a single mother and absent father. My mother raised 3 boys on her own. She had no high school diploma, and she was on government assistance. When I was in 3rd grade, my mother did something that I thought I could never forgive. My mother took a job at my school as a lunch mother. That's right. Without my permission, not only did my mother take a job at my school, she worked in the cafeteria serving lunch to my friends. I was so embarrassed. Well, today, my mother still works at the same school, but she's not in the cafeteria. She's in the classroom. She is the longest tenured teacher in that school, and she now has a bachelor's degree and is working on getting her master's. I was embarrassed by my mom when I was in 3rd grade, but today I couldn't be prouder. She decided that she was going to make a path for her children to walk in, and I believe that today you're doing the very same thing. You have made the decision to make your life count, to live for something bigger than yourself, and I am so proud of each and every one of you. The work you have put in, the strength you have tapped into. This is not just about you getting a degree or making good grades. This is about you leaving a legacy. Now, what is a legacy? A legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark, your footprint in the earth, your contribution to the world. It means that everything you accomplish in this world will have ripple effect on the people coming behind you. You are not just graduating for you. No, some of you are graduating for your children. Some are graduating for that niece or nephew. Some of you have a little sister who's looking up to you right now, or a younger brother. Some of you have coworkers or mentees that will now be inspired as a result of this accomplishment. Living for legacy means everything I do has generational impact. I'm not just making decisions based on today. No, I'm now making decisions based on tomorrow. Today is the beginning of a new legacy for you. This is the beginning of a new mark. And there are 2 things I want you to do from this point on. Number 1, I want you to see the future. Andrew Carnegie said these words, "The world of opportunity is available now, as it has always been, only for those with great vision." When I say see the future, it means you have to see ahead of where you are right now. What does a year from now look like? What does 5 years from now look like? What does 20 years from now look like? Your vision will determine your direction, and your direction will determine your destiny. People who see the future look foolish to other people because they can't see what you see. But that's fine. You cannot be discouraged by people who don't have the vision that you have. It reminds me of my son. He was playing one day with a stick in the house, and he said, "Dad, look at my sword." I said, "No, son, that's a stick." He said, "Dad, no, it's my sword." I said, "Son, that is just a stick." And then I realized my son has vision. He sees something I cannot see. And no matter what I said, I could not convince him that he didn't have a sword in his hands. You have to see the future so clear that even when people tell you it's just a stick, you have to have the confidence to say, no, I see a sword. The second thing you must do is think generationally. This is the idea that you are not just thinking about your first name, but your last name. Your first name is you, but your last name is us. My first name is me, but my last name is we. When you think generationally, you commit to making your last name bigger than your first name. Now, you may be asking, what is the significance of my last name? Well, let me show you how powerful your last name is. McDonald's is a last name. Abercrombie and Fitch are last names. Hennessy, Gucci, Harley Davidson, Rolls Royce, Marriott, Maybach, Levi, Pillsbury, and yes, Welch's grape juice are all last names. And while many people think they are buying a product, what they're really doing is investing in a family name. My question to you is, what are you going to do with your family name? What are you going to build that will impact everyone in your bloodline? Thinking generationally means that I am not just graduating for me, but I'm graduating to open doors for others coming after me. Many of you are the first in your family to graduate, the first to own a home, the first to start a business. The fact that you are the first means you are now the door opener for everyone else behind you. In closing, when I was younger, my grandfather used to take me everywhere with him. He was a great singer, and he made me sing everywhere we went. He would always say, "You're a Bullock," and Bullock sing. When I was younger, I hated all the rehearsals that he would take me to. He would make me sing this one particular song. I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know that he watches over me. When you see me sing, you don't just see me. You see my 86-year-old grandfather, because I am his legacy in the earth. Who are you pouring yourself into? Who are you building something for? The moment you start living for legacy is the moment you change your world. I am so proud of you. Congratulations.
We welcome the Provost and Chief Academic Officer of Colorado Technical University, Dr. Connie Johnson.
Thank you to Brian Bullock for those truly inspiring words. It is an honor to share this incredible moment with you. In a time when we are physically distanced, I cannot help but feel a shared connection that comes from working together toward a common goal. What a journey it has been. For more than a year, you, the members of the classes of 2020 and 2021, have amazed all of us with your commitment to succeed and your unbreakable spirit. You are graduating at an unprecedented time in history. In reflecting in your own journey, I hope you feel great pride at all that you've accomplished against incredible odds. There is no doubt your individual journey has included challenges along the way. Your route was not likely the straight line you envisioned at the beginning of your journey. Despite unexpected forks in your path and unplanned roadblocks from time to time, you remain determined to achieve your goals. Today, we celebrate the fact that you've done it, and your degree will serve you well, no matter where your next venture takes you. We feel incredibly honored to have witnessed your commitment to succeed. Today, we celebrate all you have accomplished, and we recognize you did not get here alone. Let's take a moment to thank your loved ones, your family, your friends, those close to you, who were instrumental in supporting you along the way. And let's take a moment to thank the faculty who cheered you on along the way. On behalf of the staff and faculty at CTU, congratulations, graduates. We wish you all the best as you move into the next stage of your journey. And now, it is my sincere pleasure to move forward with the conferral of degrees. President Hurst, on behalf of the faculty of Colorado Technical University, I certify to you that these candidates who have completed all of their academic requirements are entitled to receive their respective degrees.
And now, for the conferral of degrees, Dr. Connie Johnson and President Andrew H. Hurst.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Colorado, it is my pleasure to award these degrees and the rights and privileges associated with them.
It is the time we've been waiting for. It is now time to recognize the accomplishment of each individual graduate.
Graduates, it's time for the presentation of degrees. As we recognize your individual accomplishments, please let us know what excites you most about obtaining your degree.
Master of Science in Nursing.
Can't understand how I last so long.
Shanna
Lightfoot. Superpowers, rap 225,000 hours. Get a calculator, do the math. I made 1,000 songs that made you move, yeah. And for the last 300 months, I made 16 albums with me on the front, and they bump. Where you get your beats? I heard 93 rappers say like me. 2 singers and 10 comedians, and I'm still gonna yell it every time you see me in. What's my favorite word? Why they gotta say it like short?